love popcorn.
I think that showed up on
Bags
camera,
earlier.
actually, Cher. You saying you love popcorn. I don't know if it did. I'm not confident. Say it again. Say it again for the camera.
I love popcorn.
Check me fucking thumbs up. I hate you. Okay. So obviously there's a lot to talk about with this episode. Obviously there's a lot to go through real fast, and no one talk about it if you know anything. Spoilers for the new Spider-Man. Do you know them, or have you avoided them?
My dad says to avoid them. We literally had a conversation about this like 3 minutes ago, so...
Me and Jack had a conversation while you were gone about it. About
I
how
mean, just from like trailers and stuff. Don't know anything about the movie yet.
Oh, no. We didn't.
Right. I was on my LARPing quest this afternoon.
We're really going with this bit. We're going all the way home.
Woo!
You know,
There's
now,
2 more episodes. This
here's the
week and
thing.
next
The
week.
fact that you brought it up this episode, and you brought it up pretty much every episode, I'm going to be mad if we don't reference it in the last one now. Because it feels like completion at this point. Drink up, Jack.
Mood.
Unfortunately, it has been leaked, and I know the biggest spoiler for Spider-Man No Way Home. Rocket, Raccoon, and Hawkeye do start a relationship. The big plot twist.
There's no point in seeing the movie now.
Yeah, I know. If it's ruined for me, it's ruined for you. That's how this works.
I'm getting my money back, to be honest.
You know what? I should too. But I really want to see them kiss, so I'll go. Sher, I didn't actually spoil anything. Put your fucking hands down.
What?
I didn't spoil anything, dumbass. Put your hands down.
LARP. Okay.
What is with it? It's not even a sex thing anymore. You're just saying it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Disney Plus Pals. I should also say this immediately. I'm currently in the process of fixing my sleeping schedule, so I'm very sleep deprived at the moment. That isn't the reason I'm not on camera. I just couldn't get my camera to work.
Oh, your circadian rhythm cycle is not working right now, is it?
I have no idea what you just said, but I'm hanging out with Satan instead.
It's your sleep cycle.
I don't know those big words. You're hurting me with science.
Sometimes Cher's the smart one.
Other times, I am just...
If it means anything, I'm pretty used to being the dumb one. I also have to be the leader for some reason, which I think is foolish on your guys' part.
I'm either the smart
Your name on the channel.
one, the really annoying one.
I'm just saying, Michelangelo doesn't lead the Ninja Turtles. Honestly, if you think about it, Donatello should probably lead the Ninja Turtles. Let's just talk about Ninja Turtles.
I mean, New York.
New York.
Daredevil.
Daredevil. Ninja Turtles. Splinter.
Turtle power.
There was a ninja in this episode. There was a ninja. So, yeah, guys, just for the record, I'm going to be even more erratic and uncontrollable than usual. So, might need you guys to take charge here and there. Because I am
Excuse me?
half asleep. But
I'll take the Donatello role then. You know?
I'm just here.
This episode of Hawkeye was pretty good. I feel like there were some big reveals. I feel like there were some small reveals. I feel like there were other things in the episode, you see. Also, why do they keep teasing Lucky the pizza dog's name? Just name him Lucky.
He's magically delicious.
I did actually float a theory with my friend Skylar. Because in the comic, there's a line where Kate essentially goes, "What are they going to call me, Clint?" And Clint says, Why should we have them call you anything? The world's big enough for 2 Hawkeyes. And my theory was, because Grill mentioned he had a name for the dog, I think he's going to suggest naming the dog Hawkeye. They might actually change the name of the dog.
Ooh.
And the new line will be, Kate doesn't like the name, and Clint goes, why not? There's room enough for 2 Hawkeyes. Then he looks to Kate and goes, or maybe 3. I don't know. It'd be cool.
I'd like that even if he does it as the sort of casual, there's room enough for 3 Hawkeyes, just does the 3 first time off the bat. I think it'd be quite cool.
I can't imagine a world where I don't call that pooch Lucky the pizza dog, though. So it's going to take some adjusting for me. But I'm willing. I'm willing to learn.
That's how all the Captain Marvel fans felt when they changed that.
I mean, yeah. Captain Marvel fans? Yeah, they exist. I shouldn't be mean. But what did you guys think of this episode? Just general thoughts before we dive into shit.
Shock face emoji.
Shock face emoji?
Mm-hmm.
Your review of the episode is an emoji?
Not even a number. Your score is just a shocked face emoji.
We should do that. Just for one episode, we should give emojis.
For the Emoji Movie episode.
3 green hearts, eggplant. You couldn't pay me. You can't make me do it. I did like this episode a lot because in my head, I don't know if I've really voiced this, but the entire time in my head I've been like, I don't really want Clint to put the Ronin suit back on. Like, I kind of wanted the show to end with them destroying the suit and being like, the past is dead. But I kind of like that instead Clint put on the suit, embraced that side of him, and was like, no, look, this is who I really am. I don't want to kill anybody, but this is what's happening. You can't hurt my family. I don't know. I like that a lot. What did you think of the episode, Jack? Give me more than just an emoji.
This is the episode I have the least notes on. Because I think I was just most engaged by this one. I didn't stop to write anything down. I was in it for a lot more of this one.
I don't have a ton of comic book knowledge for this episode. I'm very happy that Grills showed up. Because I actually didn't say this last episode, but in the comics, Clint and Kate do have a halfway breakup situation where the team splits up. And when that happens, oh, something just happened with the capture. That's okay, I can fix it. When that happens, Clint goes on his own little journey where he discovers BB, who I'm not going to mention the name of until the final episode. And he goes on a little journey with Grills where he learns his real name. I thought that's what this episode was going to be when he first went to Grills' house. I thought it was going to be, yeah, we're going to do this story. And I was like, oh, excitement! Nah, he just slept on his fucking couch. What a rip. And I thought Kate was going to get to do her story with the cops. That cop guy they set up in episode 2, he's important in the comics, and he hasn't shown up since then. But who knows? Maybe he'll be important in a hopeful season 2, maybe?
I totally forgot that was even a character in this show.
Same.
You forgot. I swear to God, I forgot Armin died for a minute. And I'm the super fan of this show. Here's the thing. They're not bringing it up a ton. There are so many mysteries in the show. And to be fair, I don't think it's a bad thing that I forgot. I think it could theoretically be what the writers were intending. Because when they reveal it, it's going to be like, oh shit, it was them. Wait a minute, that's a mystery we haven't solved yet. Who the fuck killed Armand? Yeah, we don't know.
Guesses, but we don't know.
Part of me wonders if it was Jack, and that just had nothing to do with what's going on with Eleanor. Because now that we know that Eleanor is the one who hired Yelena, I don't think she would get her hands dirty. I don't think she would go and kill him.
It turns out that both of them just had completely independent shady shit going on.
Honestly, that's currently my theory. Because I adore Jack as a character in the show. If he turns out to not be a villain, I think I'm going to be pissed. Because on one hand, I'm like, oh, he's such a sweet guy. But the reason I think I'm thinking that is because I'm like, oh, they're going to break my fucking heart when they reveal that he killed his uncle. And there's so much buildup of him being good with swords. What's up with that? Are they going to explain that? They set it up. Are we going to get a payoff? I don't know, man. I'm really curious how they're going to wrap everything up. Because they have so much shit going on. We still don't know who the watch belongs to, although we might have gotten another hint this episode. We just introduced our brand new character, who is theoretically the main villain. We just got the reveal that Eleanor's a bad guy. Next episode to last. And, on top of all that shit, Yelena's still trying to kill Clint. Oh, and Echo's probably going to begin a war against Kingpin in the last episode. So, not much to wrap up. Oh, also, we gotta name the dog. I don't know, there's just a lot going on. Do you think they can pull it out? What do you guys think?
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But hopefully.
This is that bridge! We're crossing it now!
I think so. I think we said the same thing about the previous Marvel shows. And for the most part, they did. For the most part, they did.
Here's the thing. I love WandaVision when it's at its best. When I think back on WandaVision, a lot of it pisses me off. There's so much where I'm like, you fuckers.
I mean, I still love Agatha, but
Ralph Boner might be the single most frustrating thing in the MCU for me.
Yes.
Ralph Boner and the cat scratch eyeball thing are the two things where I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah. I think initially I'd put Ralph Boner, like, when it first happened, like, this is disappointing. It's on par with Iron Man 3's Mandarin reveal with Trevor. But I love Trevor. From All Hail the King, I'm like, okay, I love Trevor. And then
he was very funny in Shang-Chi. He was very funny in Shang-Chi too, so.
Yeah, not kidding. Trevor and Shang-Chi, like, Shang-Chi retroactively improved Iron Man 3 for me. Because I hated Iron Man 3. There were times when it was the lowest on my list of Marvel films. Shang-Chi comes out, I'm like, I'm chill with you now. There's a real Mandarin in the MCU. He's good, he's cool. And now we get the character Trevor Slattery as well. So it's like best of both worlds. Thank you, Iron Man 3. You don't have to suck all the time. But your plot is pretty shitty regardless of the... Moving on!
Clint's story.
I will say I do like that little exchange with Kate and Yelena with the hot sauce macaroni and cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Is that something people do?
I don't know.
You put ketchup with their macaroni cheese, and that weirds me out.
Okay, so I don't really eat macaroni and cheese. I eat macaroni and chicken cubes, also known as bouillon cubes. But if you put ketchup in pasta, it just overpowers the pasta and is just like eating a solidized, chunky bit of ketchup. It's not good.
Yeah,
provided there are other ingredients involved. Lasagna works.
Lasagna works. I'll give you that. Let's just review food.
Lasagna.
Food episode. Here we go. Welcome.
Yeah. I'm a very picky eater.
Today we're going to talk about Grills' Snickerdoodles.
I did like in that Lena scene is like the whole fork exchange that I'm one person, I have one fork. But then I wonder. I think Kate probably also only has one plate as well because they're both eating it out of the pot.
You know, I do respect that life though, because when I lived on my own with a couple roommates, I essentially said, "Hey, I don't like doing dishes. Here's my fork. Here's my spoon. Here's my glass. Here's my plate. These are mine." And that's what I did, and I never had to do dishes. So I get that life, man. I respect it.
I had 3 sets of cutlery, so I could rotate between depending on what stage of cleanliness they were in.
Oh, I feel it. It's just better to do dishes. I was literally doing dishes before this episode. Because you are constantly, yeah, we're just straight up reviewing food now. You are constantly limited by whether or not your one set of shit is clean.
I just do it to get the allowance, but yes.
That's fair. One day I'll train my cat to do it. He can already use guns.
I mean, so far I cleaned the bathrooms too, but you know.
I mean, fair. That's not food.
I know.
I hope you know. But yeah, moving on. The episode opened. How did it open? I'm blank.
It didn't open with the preview.
Like quotes or like something with Black Widow. I mean, I haven't seen Black Widow.
Oh my god, I forgot.
It was the Yelena stuff.
Yeah, it was the Yelena shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh
my god. That was really good.
I love any time. I want this for every single fucking Marvel character. I just want to see what they were doing before they got snapped.
Before they got Thanos. Thanos.
Ironically enough, I think Hawkeye's flashback for that is my favorite. Where he was teaching his kid archery, they were having a cookout, a little picnic. He turns his back, they're all gone.
That was effed up.
I swear, I think I at least said it to friends as we left the cinema. I'm fairly certain I said it in my YouTube video. Like, for Infinity War, I was like, oh, wouldn't it be great if the next movie opens with Clint's family dying in front of him?
I said it too, bro. Me and my cousin did the math. We were like, okay, what are the odds that every member of Clint's family is dead? And we were like, well, it's much more likely that his kids would be gone and his wife would still be around. And I was like, that would be bad. Like, just imagine if you, like, turned your head and your kids were gone. Well, I guess that's a dream for some people. I retract this.
Moments.
That's what we call a matriarch.
Doctor Who is that silence in the library with Donna.
Mm. I just find it interesting. Like, obviously, she was still doing. And did you guys detect the little Easter eggs there when she was like still doing the whole saving people thing? The lady mentioned, oh well, I made this money doing what we were trained to do, killing people. I guarantee you anything, she introduced her to Val. Like, she introduced Yelena to Val.
Mm.
And I'm going to go ahead and say Val's going to be in the after credits scene of this show. I am certain of it. Val, it's either going to be Val shows up or Yelena shows up and says, I need to speak with Val. I really like the character of Yelena. She was probably my favorite in Black Widow, and that's saying something because I actually liked Black Widow, unlike Jack here. I loved Red Guardian.
I mean, I've seen bits and pieces, so now that
Red Guardian and Yelena were the two best, absolutely. Sorry,
okay.
Natasha.
That's nice. So now that I'm out of school for about 2 or 3 weeks, I guess I can watch, Black Widow, baby.
A very Christmassy movie. There's snow in that thing, yeah.
By the way, I like how Yelena was like, oh, you're such a poser. Every time she jumps out a fucking window, she does a little pose with her arms.
Yeah.
Fucking shithead.
It's cute and I love it. Opening this episode was great. Sort of her continuing with another Black Widow, going down to free the others. Oh. No, this girl just likes doing this. That's what she's chosen to do. And they sort of respect that, sit down, have a wee chat.
The the fact that she kept saying Kate Bishop was ridiculous to me. I
I'm glad
remember
they addressed it.
I remember picking up, like, she said it twice in a row, and then I was like, why does she keep saying it? And then, like, I came to a conclusion. Does Florence Pugh just like how it sounds? And the director didn't say anything? And then they, like, addressed it, and I was like, okay. This adds up to me. I think I like the idea of Yelena and Kate hanging out, because, for one, this is clearly setting up Young Avengers. For two, I do like hearing the discussions of, is Clint a good guy or a bad guy? Was it him that saved the world? Was it Natasha? Because by all accounts, it was Natasha. Like, she's the one who sacrificed herself. Clint just came back.
I mean, like what she says. She says we are defined by what we do, not by nice words.
I mean, I just wonder how he fixes that. Because with Echo, it seems the way he fixed it was to go, and I wonder if they're going to dig into her character and we're going to find out if this is acceptable to her. He essentially said, look, I got manipulated. We're both weapons. I think that's true of Yelena, too. So I wonder if he could, like, theoretically get away with giving her the same talk. Or if she'd even care. I don't know.
Unclear of how much the world / Yelena knows of what happened on this time travel mission.
You would think she'd want to ask him, right?
Yeah, do people even know that they time traveled?
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I feel like we should know.
Member of the Black Widow post-credit scene, Val just said, oh, here's the guy who killed your sister. Did she say that Clint killed him, or was that what she was implying?
I believe the wording was...
That can drastically change Yelena's outlook on this as sits down and tells her what happened.
I believe the wording... And Sher, I know you didn't finish Black Widow, so we're just talking now. But no, don't plug your ears. It's okay. It's okay, honey. Put your hands down. It's okay. I believe the exact wording was, this is the person responsible. And also, Yelena straight up says she's also getting paid.
Yeah. This is a hit. This is a job, yeah. We should have explained she had until now.
In the comics, there's this big scene where, like, Tombstone, Hammerhead, and everyone is there. And Madame Mask and all them. And they all make the decision that they're going to kill an Avenger. And the reason that's important, and the reason that, like, Daredevil is such a big enemy, Daredevil and Spider-Man specifically are such big enemies to Kingpin. Kingpin don't fuck with the Avengers. Kingpin knows his place in that regard, and he kind of just avoids them, if he can. Now, there are times where that does happen, but it's essentially a situation of, if you kill an Avenger, another Avenger's gonna show up and be like, you killed my friend.
Prepare to die.
So even though, like, from, I guess, an outside perspective, Hawkeye would probably be one of the easier ones to kill, I still don't know if you should do that, because then Scarlet Witch is gonna come and want to visit her friend Clint and, like, fucking go, you took everything from me, and rip out your heart.
She's definitely gonna go bonkers.
I mean, Doctor Strange 2 is right around the corner. Apparently there's supposed to be a teaser trailer any day now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. We don't have any trailers for... I'm in the UK, so Spider-Man No Way Home is already out. I'm not seeing it yet, but it's already out. So as far as I'm concerned, there are no more Marvel films. There are no more trailers or anything yet. We're just waiting.
I have a solid theory that, like, maybe one of the post-credit scenes could be a trailer.
100%.
It's been a while since they've done a trailer as a post-credit scene, though.
Marvel hasn't? Back to the Future 2 did.
Marvel's done it once or twice. Marvel in first.
Yeah, didn't they do it for the first Avengers movie?
Yeah. Why do you remember that, but nothing else about the movie? When we reviewed that, you knew nothing. And you had watched it an
except for
hour
I
the
don't
ago.
Wicked
remember this.
poster. Except for the Wicked poster.
Yeah, no, dude. The after credit scene for Captain America: The First Avenger is Captain America punching the punching bag, and then Samuel L. Jackson trying to save it, and then you hear him go, "You think you're the only hero?" And then the trailer plays.
Oh.
I can't remember any others doing that, so I don't know if it's gonna happen. But I'd love to see a Doctor Strange trailer. I'd love to. And I did see that like Doctor Strange was trending the other day, although that could just be because the movie came out.
Movie came out.
He's in it.
He's in it. I saw the red carpet. He's wearing like yellow sunglasses, and I was like, it's his Tony Stark cosplay.
Apparently on the set he was skateboarding. I find that interesting.
Yes, because in the Lego set for No Way Home, there's a skateboard included in the Doctor Strange Sanctum basement.
Oh, of course.
So if we don't see skateboarding Benedict Cumberbatch in this movie, massively disappointing.
I mean, Mobius needs to be on a jet ski as well. I'm still pissed about that. I have just random fits of anger where I'm like, God fucking damn it. Why didn't they? Fucking damn it. And I'll just get mad and my family will be scared. And
I'm picturing just the Incredibles, you know, cutting the meat, just cut straight through the...
Kneale, you broke a plate! He should have got a jet ski!
No context, storms out of the room.
You just hear punching on the wall.
Hey, at least you're doing sublimation. That's
Yeah,
a
that's
defense mechanism.
That's fair. But moving forward.
That's the opening of this episode was so good.
Oh,
Yeah.
True. Do you have more to say about it?
Oh wait, about the opening or what?
The opening.
The opening.
Brain. Function.
Oh, the Sex in the City, like, that's funny.
That was good. I really liked. I love that Marvel's doing this because I think I'm sure I've said this before. The snap, the blip was such like fundamental thing in this world now that everyone's gone through that I love whenever it's addressed. Anytime it is handled so well. Spider-Man with the whole everyone being different ages, Flash trying to get drinks. Technically he was snapped, so he's not old enough to drink. Moments like that. The video of the basketball game, people disappearing, reappearing.
My favorite one is still Monica.
Yeah.
Monica is the best one as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to see an extended version of Monica's because of this now, which sort of gave us a continuous straight through. With Monica, it was dust, forms, and off we go. This was just everything else, and she's back, and here we go. There was like no cut. It's just, here's Yelena. Yelena is now 5 years in the future. So well done. I love the sort of world melting between. It's probably my favorite piece of like storytelling. Or favorite thing now is this thing that has changed so much. It's like they did it in DC Comics. I don't remember what the event was. One day DC decided, okay, we're just gonna stop all the books and start again 10 years later or something.
I can't remember.
All the stories can continue, but we can also jump back and have mysteries in that gap. And now we can do that with Marvel here as well.
Yeah, it's not the new 52, but it's what came after it. I can't remember either.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Comic books,
That's
bitch.
fair.
I'm more sweary when I'm tired, I'm realizing. Although I call everyone bitch during... I'm not cranky, man. I'm just like high on life.
Don't worry, I was cranky last week.
I thought you were going to say you were high last week.
No, my dad.
Continuing on. I do like the little subtle foreshadowing where she mentions, I want to see the new and improved Statue of Liberty. Do you guys know what that's a reference to?
Nope.
Yeah.
I won't say because I want you to be surprised, but it's a reference to something upcoming in the MCU.
Ooh. Cool.
Yeah.
Tweet.
Yeah, I was a little confused initially because Yelena was wearing the white with the vest. I'm like, if that's it's a new vest. Okay.
She just likes vests.
Yeah. It's got all these pockets.
No, not even kidding. That is when I fell in love with her as a character because
100%.
one of the first things I ever did as an adult, I was like, God, I need something with pockets. So I got this jacket, and I was like, God, this jacket has a lot of pockets, but it's hot. And then one day I got this vest, and I'm like, fucking perfect. And I still have it. It's literally right here. I'm holding it. You can't see it, but I wear it everywhere. I love it.
I actually remember getting a vest that was designed in some type of outfit collection by Selena Gomez 10 years ago. So
Selena Gomez made vests?
No, she had a collection, a fashion.
Selena Gomez endorsed vests.
Sure, I get. I think. Oh wait, it was called Dream Out Loud by Selena Gomez. Dream Out Loud.
I don't think she made those vests.
No, she didn't. It's. I don't know how to explain it, but.
Yeah. Then we get a title card, and then we get the recap and into the story.
Here's the thing. I feel like. Let's just talk about it. When they revealed Kingpin, was anybody because I know I saw your reaction, Jack, and we talked about mine a little. Was anybody okay, the second they started saying the big guy, I knew. As far as I'm concerned, there's no more secrecy there. The second you start calling him the big guy, it's Kingpin.
Unless you're talking about Hulk, but okay.
I mean, weirdly enough, there is a gangster version of Hulk called Joe Fixit, but I guess the big mystery just became, what is he gonna look like? Because there's so many people saying he's gonna be CG, he's gonna be in a fat suit, he's gonna be giant, and it kind of just looks like it's Vincent D'Onofrio, right?
Yeah, with no complaints here.
Oh no, same.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I saw I again shocked emoji face or whatever, but because we discussed it, so I kind of already knew he was coming, but just seeing him was just and then they start playing "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch."
I mean,
so fitting, very very fitting end credits song.
he's gonna ruin Hawkeye's Christmas.
Me and Jack both sang to the song as it played. Fucking, I don't know. It's just, here's the thing, and I love this show, but I gotta be critical where I'm critical. It didn't feel like a surprise to me. So what I would have preferred, honestly, is if episode 3, Maya would have given an update to Kingpin, and we would have just seen him in episode 3, and he would have been this looming figure that popped up every once in a while. Not a big scene or anything. Save that for the end, but maybe just have a shadowy scene and his voice or something. Let him begin a presence. Because here it just feels like it's I hate the reveal of bam, secret villain. I don't like that trope anymore because it's so overused and it rarely works. However, this show kind of gets away with it because we've been dealing with the tracksuits the whole time and we've been dealing with Maya the whole time. So we've still had an antagonistic force, even though we know there's something in the background, even though we don't super know what that is yet. Is it Eleanor? Is it Kingpin? Is it Jack?
I think when it is a out of nowhere surprise, this was the villain all along, muhaha. That doesn't work. When you have like WandaVision where there's a sort of mystery who's going on and people are like, there's something up with Agatha. There's something, oh, okay, here we go. With this, I agree, because we've had the tracksuits, we've had these other antagonistic forces, and sort of the whole time we've known, okay, but they're working for the final boss. We're building to this. And I got it.
Maya's been in 3 episodes, and each episode she's been in, she's had a fight scene. So as far as I'm concerned, she's carrying the villain role for now.
Yeah.
Do we have more to say about Yelena before we continue? By the way, chat, we're all over the place tonight. This is Tired Kneale in control, and this is what you're getting. While you talk, Jack, I'm definitely not going to get up and grab a soda. Don't think that's what's happening. Because it's not.
He's taking off his headphones. He can't hear us. What do we want to do?
I'm not here anymore, Jack. But I'm still there.
He definitely can't hear us.
I don't know.
Kate has no plates? Question mark. Eating out of pot.
Yeah.
I never left. Never left. All right, where?
Oh, she had the cutest hug when Kate threw the bottle at her. She grabbed it. She's like, "Hi." That was so cute.
I do think.
I think our only remaining Yelena notes is Yelena is amazing, and we want more.
I do want more. I do have to say though, Yelena's a little annoying, and I do want to clarify this. During the interview she had with Kate Bishop, I don't know if this was an acting choice or if the character was just being cocky or something, but just how she was like, "Hey, are you gonna finish your macaroni? Hey, we're having a party. It's you and me." I was just like, dude, chill. Calm down. I don't know if it got on anyone else's nerves, but I still loved her. Florence Pugh is great in the role.
I think it's because, she's younger, not younger than Kate, but younger than Natasha and previous widows we've had experience with. Also, having been mind-controlled and not had much free will until relatively recently, I think it's sort of just, I can do whatever I want now. Yay!
I think Kate did a good job of playing along with it, but looking incredibly scared. Like friggin' Haley Steinfeld is a real talent. And this
I need to check out more stuff she's been in, because she's really good in this.
She's in that Arcane show that just came out.
Oh yeah, and she also did. She was also
What is she playing that?
One of the leads. She's also Spider-Gwen in Spider-Verse. That's true.
I knew that.
Plus, she's a good singer. I heard some of her singles. She's good too.
I have not heard her sing.
Oh, she's Vi. Nice.
Yeah, I don't know if that's one of the main characters. I haven't seen the show yet.
Basically, yeah. There's 2 sisters who are the lead, and she's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
An Arcane video 100%, or at least addressing it in my favorite shows of this year. I binged most of it last night. It is really good.
Yeah, I have been told by my buddy Elvish that it is the first video game to movie thing that is legit art. It's the first one. I'm very excited for it.
Intention of playing League of Legends after watching it, because I know the gameplay is nothing like the show. But the show is really good.
I mean, I don't give a shit about League of Legends, but I like Imagine Dragons.
They do the theme song, and they have a cameo in the show.
Weirdly enough, the Hawkeye referenced Imagine Dragons. They're just everywhere now.
Did you know they're from Las Vegas?
I don't know.
Vegas, baby, Sin City. Hello.
Oh, yeah. So, here's the
Grills.
Grills. I love...
Sorry to interrupt you there.
No. I was about to say the same thing. I fucking love Grills. I hope I hope he gets some more scenes because like in the book, Grills doesn't get like a ton of scenes, but he's kind of like the so the reason the apartment complex that Hawkeye owns, the reason the people are so close is because once every week they all meet up on the roof because Grills is obsessed with like grilling. So he's like, "Hey, I'm not hanging out with my family anymore. I gotta grill for all of you guys. So please come up to the roof. You'll just get some free food and we can all hang out." And he's kind of the crux of everybody becoming friends. So I kind of thought that was going to happen with the LARP group. But now it just kind of seems like Grills is just there. And I'm okay with it because he's funny and he's playing with the pizza dog and I like it. But I guess I just got to say what I've been saying this whole time. I want a season 2 with these same characters. I feel like if we just had another season where it's Clint, maybe his family is in New York this time, Kate Bishop, and they're going up against Kingpin. Maybe they team up with Maya. Who knows? Maybe Clint and Kate could be in the Echo show. That'd be cool.
Yeah, if Echo is sort of a spiritual season 2 to this, that could work quite well, I think.
Kind of like what Agatha House of Harkness is probably going to be for WandaVision.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that one. I love Agatha.
I just like Clint being emotionally broken and being like, "Hey, can I just stay here on your couch?"
Oh yeah, I also like the scene where he takes off his earpiece and talks to Natasha.
Oh.
That scene was so beautiful.
They are getting their money's worth out of this idea because literally from the start, in the comics, it's like, oh, we can play with like really neat situations where we can tell an entire comic book story in sign language and without speaking. We can have a comic book without words in it. And that can be neat because Clint is deaf. Then you have this show where literally it is used, has plot points at times where it's like Clint can't hear Kate while they do the fight scenes. Clint literally silences the rest of the world while he talks to his dead friend. It's just so much creativity from this idea, and I absolutely adore it. Also, it's really sad to just have him look and be like, "I'm really sorry about what I'm going to do." I thought he was going to kill Maya, but he didn't. Why was he apologizing?
For taking on the Ronin persona again.
Yeah.
For having red in his ledger.
That's true. He had red in his ledger.
I really liked that one, just a little bit sort of animation, filmmaking, storyboarding, me artistically looking at that scene. He's apologizing to her for what he's about to do and puts up a black hood costume. As he, like,
I think the story of this show is going to be like, this entire time Clint's been like, "I'm a weapon, I'm a weapon, I'm a weapon." I think the story of this show is going to be like the acceptance that, yes, Clint, you are a weapon. You're a weapon for good. Like, I think that, like, it's going to be Clint, like, because he's actively pushing away from costumes. So I think when he puts on the new costume, the LARPer suit, that's going to be him finally shut up, Sher. That's going to be him finally accepting, shut up, that he is a hero now. And he can stand with the rest of the Avengers. I will kick your ass.
Well, that's the point. We are going to get more grills because the costumes are sitting in his apartment.
They're in the apartment.
Go back and get them off him at some point.
I mean, they're still in his apartment right now when they discovered the Kingpin shit.
Oh yeah, never mind. I thought they left.
So I want to bring up the talk that Kate and her mom had, where they're just hanging out on the bed, and she's literally like, I don't regret buying you that bow and stuff. They're talking about, like, their lives and how important Kate is to her. Did anyone else get double meaning there? Because it almost felt like to me that it was like, Kate, you're so important to me, because you're my successor, you see.
I could see that.
I
could see that.
I'm gonna say that that Eleanor Bishop is the Agatha Harkness thing done a little better, because with Agatha Harkness, we knew the whole time she was something.
Yeah.
And we all assumed she'd have magic powers too. We just didn't know when. Here, I think it's a situation of, we know Eleanor's something, we don't know what she is. Like, is she an assassin? Is she a mob boss? What's going on? Because I don't fucking know. And I want to. I'm getting aggressive.
I wouldn't necessarily say done better, but it is. Yeah.
Aggressive.
It's a reversal of it. It's flip.
I mean, true that.
I might just be saying that because I really liked Catherine Hahn, but...
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. I was drinking something. Catherine Hahn is amazing in that role, and I think she is better than the character of Eleanor Bishop. What I mean is, the mystery is better. Because the second you watch the show and you Google Agatha Harkness, there she is.
Yeah.
You Google Eleanor Bishop, there's
Agnes.
a completely
It was
different...
Agnes throughout the show.
Yeah, I was like, Agnes, Agatha, like, put 2 and 2 together, people.
I remember famously, me and Mel were told to apologize for saying that we thought Agatha were villains.
Oh, no, it was actually you and me.
You and me were told.
Yeah, we were told to apologize by a certain person.
I screamed at the top of my lungs, "Fuck you, she's evil."
Oh yeah, and then at the end you made me like the Sapphire Sorcerer, so we're gonna take over the world. Woo!
And she killed Sparky too.
He should have been a robot dog. In the comics, he comes back as a robot.
Oh, like Goddard from Jimmy Neutron.
like Goddard from Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah.
Okay. Jack. What are they doing?
I was adrift. I was scared.
Here's the thing. I don't know. I guess this is good television. I don't know what the next episode's going to be. Because literally, I've been saying this whole time, man, Jack's such a good villain because he's so good at manipulating her. And I was like, man, look at these scenes where he's showing how good he is just to piss her off. Was Jack actually just a good guy the whole time? Because it feels like I made up this narrative where he's secretly a manipulator.
I think if he is just a naive good guy with wealthy family, you have 3 lingering questions from that, being, why was he at the secret underground auction?
Yeah.
He's into something shady.
Yeah.
Why is he the CEO of this company that's laundering money for the big guy?
Yeah.
And swords, question mark?
Well, to me, the last big question mark is, why did he intentionally goat Kate into everything she did if he wasn't trying to get, like, how'd he get that butterscotch? Why did he specifically offer her a butterscotch after driving her to the limits of her anger?
He was at the same party as Harlan. I keep calling him Harlan because Armand. They were at the same party that night, you know?
Yeah, there's a million excuses
offered him some candy.
But to me, it's like, I need an answer. Like, it can't just be Jack was a victim in this too. It needs to be Jack has some shit going on, and I want to see him use that sword. Because why did you set it up if you weren't going to use it? You know?
Yeah.
I guess I'm.
Well, he said, as he was being taken away by the cops, he said, "I'll be back in time for Christmas."
I know.
Next
Something's
episode.
up with Jack. Something's up with Jack.
I'm so confused because like I can't even rely on the comics this time because Swordsman flip flops between being an Avenger and a villain. So literally, it's the flip flop gambit. He's either a good guy or he's not, and I can't know which with my cheat sheet.
Again, we're just gonna have to wait. Cross that bridge when we get there.
It's U.S. Agent all over again.
We're gonna have to wait. He's probably gonna show up in the next episode, but my crazy fan theory is that we'll see him again in like Armor Wars or something in a cameo as he breaks out of jail with Justin Hammer.
I would love it if he joins the Thunderbolts, which they're setting up. Like he's on the team with U.S. Agent. He's their Hawkeye because U.S. Agent is their Captain America. Swordsman could be the Hawkeye.
That's your Val post-credit scene. There you go.
Yeah, there's my Val post-credit scene. And we're gonna need a Hulk character. If only we had someone who really hates Hulk in this universe.
Or the Thunderbolts.
Yeah. Thunderbolts. Someone who hates Hulk.
An Abomination, maybe?
Nah. Too green. Need a different color. It's Christmas themed, so I don't know. What's another Christmas color? Red? Red? Maybe? I don't know. Red? Red Hulk? No.
Well,
Red Hulk? Red?
We'll bear that in mind. We'll see what happens.
There's also white. There's sometimes blue.
We are obviously hinting at
sometimes
Juggernaut.
silver and gold.
Yeah, so I just, look, I love this show. I love it to death. If this show does not end with, this is the situation with Jack, and we see him with a sword, I'm gonna be a little pissed. I'm gonna be a little upset, because it's gonna feel like it wasted my time, and that might actually affect my rating for episode 2. Like, I might go back and lower it.
Ooh.
Don't end like WandaVision. Please don't.
I mean, I would really hate, because, like, they've done really good at, like, paying off this stuff. Like, I feel like, and I guess this is a good transition into the rest of the episode, I feel like the way they paid off kind of the end of the Echo versus Clint storyline was pretty great. Where he just straight up is dressed up as Ronan. Ronan is back. He takes out all of her guys by himself. He shows just how dangerous he can be. And then he's like, look, I'm not going to kill you. I'm not the killer here. It's Kingpin. Kingpin's the bad guy.
But if you have to put his family, he's going to get you.
But stay on my side, you know?
I did like how she was using her prosthetic leg in the combat. I've always loved that. Because the character in the comics did not actually have a prosthetic leg. The actress did, and then they wrote it into the plot. And I love how they're using it. I think that Echo has a character. I think they kind of saw the potential there. I want to see her show, because I feel like there's a lot to be gleaned from this badass lady who is just like kind of a criminal, kind of not. Maybe we see the story of her becoming the good guy. Maybe we don't. Maybe we see her like keep her hunt for Hawkeye and Kingpin. I don't know. Maybe she's in the Thunderbolts. Who knows? Maybe she's their Daredevil. Who knows?
Yeah. I think I'm curious to know when Kevin Feige or whoever came up with the idea of doing an Echo show, when that took place. Was it like, hey, here's the script for Hawkeye, here's what we're doing, and it will lead into this show? Or did they get in the actress, and it's like, okay, this is really good. We've got something good here. Let's build on it. When was that set in motion?
Well, and I don't know for sure.
Yeah, we probably will never know.
From what I could tell, it really seemed to be the latter, where it was like, we're doing the Hawkeye show. We're going to introduce this character. And then it kind of seemed like they were like, oh, fuck, we got to give this lady her own show. Because it kind of feels...
Agatha again.
It kind of feels like that's what's happening with Agatha. Like, I can't imagine they were like, all right, and then she'll get her own show later. I have to imagine they wanted to do a WandaVision season 2, but couldn't. And then they're like, but we still have Agatha. Again, one more time, ladies and gents. If there's one of these shows I want to get a season 2, it's Hawkeye. And here's the thing. I'm not saying that because I'm biased. I'm saying it because they set up shit I want to see more of. I want to see this ragtag team of like 1 or 2 heroes try to take down the Kingpin. I want to see Echo become a hero herself, and more than anything, if they're staying in New York, get Daredevil in a Hawkeye season. Do we have anything else to... Jack, your notes, my friend. Sorry, I'm a little loopy.
Not much more. Oh, the whole Maya Clinton showing up scene. We got the reveal of not the motivations behind why Clint killed her dad, but a bit of an explanation to it, being he asked Ronan was given a tip by someone working for the big guy. And by the end of that, 2 scenes later, when Kazi showed up, having been knocked out, spoke to Maya, pretty heavily implied Kingpin had Kazi tell him this, and that's why he wasn't at that meeting and wasn't killed that night.
Meaning your theory was technically correct.
Yes, last week I had the theory that Kingpin had Kazi dress up in the outfit and do it because he had Poindexter do that in Daredevil. It was a bit of a long shot, but it was close. It was close.
The fact that Kazi was involved at all,
yeah,
I give you the win.
I'll take that one. Next note, the Uber escape. That was funny. What was the plan?
You trapped my phone again. I do want to bring it up because
Hawkeye is a boomer now. He doesn't get technology.
Here's the thing. This is our last chance, folks. The Watch. It was referenced one more time in this episode, and I'm not even confident they were referencing the Watch. Clint was talking to Laura, and he says something along the lines of, the kids, you, and then he says something, and I meant to rewatch it before the episode, but I got distracted. He says something along the lines of, she'll get discovered. And it's a she that he says.
I will quickly double check.
That might be smart to do, Jack. So, I'm wondering if the owner of the watch is female. If they are, I have a pretty solid guess of who it is, if it's just a Hawkeye character. If it is not a Hawkeye character, I have no fucking idea who owns this goddamn watch. And it pisses me off. Because literally, I could say any...
It's good, we need to talk. No fun conversation ever started that way.
It's a little further than that.
Look, I'm sorry, problems keep getting forward a bit. Someone hired a Black Widow.
What the fuck was that, Sher?
He sneezed.
It was cute.
I get that a lot.
You got a cute sneeze, man.
Fitz and I are so far away. Not far enough. It's never far enough.
Jack is learning. Jack.
If I don't end this tonight, only my big guy gets involved.
Okay, this is where it happens.
Jesus, are you sure? Can't be sure, just a sinking feeling. And
I like that you're just reading all of it. I'm into it.
What, it's not what you wanted to hear? Chuckles. Yeah, no, full stop.
Clint turns to Laura, who is on
You
the
didn't
tender.
call looking for permission. And you don't need it from me, so... I trust you. This is a really boring section of the podcast, I apologize.
It's cool. We're always boring. They'll deal.
No, it's...
You fuckers came here for this. You'll watch it.
Always understand, more than anyone else. I love you. I'll love you go in this. End of the scene.
There was no mention. God damn it! You're gonna have me look.
I skipped forward a bit. I mean, I missed it. Riff while I look.
I think. Hey, I can talk for years, man. You just find it. He mentions the kids or something, and then he's like, her, or something along those lines. I am like sure of it. That being said, though, I have made mistakes before. It was late when I watched this. I could have fucked up, but I'm pretty sure he confirmed the owner of the watch, the person in hiding, the one they're trying to protect, is female?
He says, Maya's relentless. She's got her hand on the watch. She looked into our family. And then it goes on to the someone hired a Black Widow.
Okay. So maybe I was confusing that.
I might have missed it as well, to be fair.
I thought it was when he mentions the big guy, they talk about like everyone who's in danger. Okay, so maybe it's not confirmed a lady, which means we have no clues of who owns this damn watch. But here's the thing, guys. The next episode is the last episode. So if we want a chance at having those bragging rights, we have to take a guess.
I think my current guess is that it's Laura.
You think Laura will be exposed?
It's either going to be an entirely new character, in which case I could guess absolutely anything and it could be completely wrong. Going with what we have so far in the MCU and everything, my guess is Laura.
Okay, that's fair.
Maya got her hand on the watch and then had the information on Clint's family.
That's fair.
I think there might be a connection there, otherwise those are two unrelated things, and it's like, how did she find out about his family?
Mm-hmm.
And someone who used to work with, has gone undercover, or is off the grid now, and if the watch is found, they're going to be exposed. She found the watch, their names are exposed. That's where I'm leaning.
I think that's fair. It could be Laura. I don't think Laura is a bad guess, and I think it could even be revealed that, like I've made mention that Hawkeye had like a past flame that could be the owner of this watch. It could just be straight up revealed that Laura's real name isn't Laura, and she is that past flame. Or maybe her name is Laura, and they're just going to also give her the code name of this character. Which I don't think it would be spoilers if I said the code name. Do you guys?
Say the character's name for posterity, so next week we know whether you got it right or not.
I think the owner of this watch, one way or another, could be Mockingbird, who in the comics is Clint's divorced ex-wife.
Oh.
I think that it makes sense because she's an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Her and Clint would have worked together. Maybe in this version they're not husband and wife. I do have two other theories, though. One of that's my comic theory. These are my MCU theories. Number one, a scroll. I don't know who. I don't know how. It could just be maybe that watch has tech in it that can reveal the scrolls. And maybe that's why we can't get it out. And my final guess, and this is our, maybe it's this character that we've already seen. Monica Rambeau. I don't know how it connects. I don't know the logistics. I don't know any of it. I'm just thinking, what agents in the MCU could theoretically Clint Barton have worked with, and Monica Rambeau could theoretically fit that bill.
She was an agent of S.W.O.R.D. before the blip, so yeah.
And there is one other, I guess, could have that watch, but I refuse to say their name because I refuse to give the spoiler. I'll tell you next episode. Fingers crossed for BB.
Okay, BB, whoever BB is. I'm just writing down her.
I'll tell everybody who BB is in the next episode. I'll let it out.
Sure. Any guesses?
Any at all. It's your last chance, Sher.
Last chance to be right on this.
When am I ever right? let's ask that question.
Potentially next week. We don't know until you ask.
Jack's right.
Like, I don't really have a lot of comic book,
That's fair.
info.
Here's the
I'm
thing.
just
You could just say a name, and if you get it, you're the genius next week.
Give us no context, just pick a name.
You could literally say it's Scarlet Witch, and if it ends up being Scarlet Witch, you're the genius.
I have no I don't know why I kept thinking it was Natasha for some reason.
Back from the dead. To get her.
That's one way to have Yelena stop trying to kill him.
Now here's the thing. You want to hear a crackpot theory?
Sure.
Here's the thing. Watch. Who do we associate with time? The Time Variance Authority. Now here's the thing. The Time Variance Authority have one mascot that is directly related to clocks and watches. What if that watch is Miss Minutes? Undercover has a watch.
Hey, y'all.
Tara Strong is the cameo.
It's Paul Bettany.
Playing himself. Just playing Paul Bettany.
It's Paul Bettany's face inside the
watch. It's Jarvis. Jarvis back from Vision? I don't know.
I mean, if we were thinking it was Stark Tech, it could be Jocasta or one of the other AIs or something.
That's true. Could mean multiple things. Could be Ultron in that frickin' watch. Who knows? I just hope that if I keep saying shit, eventually I'll get one. Phil Coulson. Undercover Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is canon.
Maria Hill? I don't know.
I was considering Coulson. Maria Hill.
I think it's possible. Honestly, if you really think about it, someone he used to work with, someone who could theoretically be wearing a watch, someone who's undercover. If Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is canon, Coulson fits the bill.
I mean, Infinite Multiverse, it is now.
Yeah. My cat just looked at me as if I'm insane, but who knows, man? Who freaking knows?
My dog. Hi.
My last note, then, is Vincent. Yeah, the Kingpin.
I wish they would have revealed him in a more epic way, though. Because the fact that it's just a... Like, it's cool that Clint goes, well, that's the guy I've been worried about this whole time. Kingpin. That's neat, but the fact that it's just a kind of blurry picture... And I didn't super understand why Yelena told them that.
Maybe the answer will be revealed.
Because she says, Kate Bishop, I found out who hired me. Eleanor Bishop. What you deserve to know.
That's bad customer service.
Mm-hmm.
But they're friends now. They had a girls' night,
They ate macaroni at gunpoint.
She called it a girls' night, and she didn't have any guns.
Girls just want to have fun.
She literally looked at her rings and went, I have weapons on me.
That was funny.
The introduction of Kingpin, even though I don't know if I love how they did it, the ramifications are pretty big. Because it's pretty neat to think about, like, there were rumors forever ago that Marvel's going to go in the direction of doing different story arcs. And theoretically, if that's true, Kingpin could be the street-level story that Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Hawkeye and all them fight. Meanwhile, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor and Loki, are all going after Kang the Conqueror. And I don't know what's going on with Doctor Strange yet. I haven't seen Spider-Man, but something's about to get fucked.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that means you have your Earth-based villain, you have your cosmic villain, and you have your mystic villain. And you can have your cross, like Fantastic Four can be Earth-based and dealing with your
X-Men. I don't know.
You can mix and match it.
I mean, I guess that watch could also be Mystique's. I don't know. Who knows?
I think that's a really good idea, actually, doing that, because it means that you don't have, in the next Avengers movie or whatever, you don't have Captain Marvel rocking up to fight the Kingpin.
Yeah.
Because Captain Marvel's going to win that, unfortunately.
Joke's on you. Kingpin has kryptonite in his cane, which apparently also works on Captain Marvel.
And the thing that I first
There's
discovered...
a cane in this as well!
And the thing I first discovered Brie Larson by her singing in a Barbie movie.
It is strange. I will not... There are weirder things you've said.
But you're probably not alone in that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, to be fair. I discovered her because Scott Pilgrim. That was my introduction.
Scott Pilgrim, Community, MCU.
Barbie and the Magic of the Pegasus.
Fair. Here's the thing. I think Kingpin is really good to bring in. I think it's really neat. However, I want them to fully deliver on this idea. I want to see a whole criminal underground. I want to see Tombstone. I want to see Madam Mask. I want to see Hammerhead. I want to see Spider-Man deal with Kingpin. I want to see Daredevil be in, like, if there is going to be a Spider-Man 4, I would like Daredevil to be the Marvel character that helps him in that one. Because, like, if you'll remember, every fucking Spider-Man movie, there's one sidekick character. Like, in the first one, it was Spider-Man and Iron Man, Spider-Man and Nick Fury. Now it seems to be Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. So maybe the next one could be Spider-Man and Daredevil. And the main villain is Kingpin. And the Underground. Because I gotta be real, Spider-Man in the MCU, I don't know if Kingpin is quite enough for Spider-Man, you know? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel
Kingpin,
like... Mm-hmm.
the thing with Kingpin is, and I think Daredevil Season 2 did not do this well. I was about to say it did. But, like, for the minor spoilers for Daredevil Season 2, Kingpin's in the entire series, that entire season.
He's not in it?
In the background. He's already taken over the prison. Everyone in the prison, the other criminals, the officers, everyone's already working for him. And he's been there for a few episodes. He is a threat and intimidating. But it's then in Season 3 when he's out, and Max goes into the prison, and everyone there is trying to kill him because they're on Kingpin's payroll.
That's neat.
And his empire. That's your threat.
I mean, here's the thing. Whatever happens in the next episode, this is how it has to go for me. For me to be like, okay, this is good.
Okay. Before you say anything, I want to have a copy of this. The things we all want to happen in the next episode so we can take them off.
Oh, fair. That's true. So I should go first? I want Hawkeye to do something where Kingpin decides, no longer in the shadows, I'm stepping out and becoming a bigger problem for these superheroes. I just want one... if I got my wish, he would literally say, we're entering the Avengers killing business. but if I can't get that wish, at least have him make the conscious decision, New York is my city and I'm taking it back. Also, you could just write something to do with Jack there.
Jack? Question mark?
What do you hope to see in the next episode, Sher? Do you have any like thing where you're like, if you don't have anything in the plot, do you have a Christmas song you want to hear?
I'll be home for Christmas.
Fitting.
You can count on me.
Anything but Last Christmas.
Oh god, no.
So far survived the Wham-pocalypse. I've not heard this month, and I'm amazed.
I haven't.
Well, yeah, every time I think of like Christmas songs, it's like Wham or Mariah Carey.
I would rather listen to Last Christmas rather than hearing like the friggin' like all I want for Christmas is you. I don't want that.
Oh, baby.
I don't need it. I just want to live, man.
I want to listen to Andy
you want to see
Williams
next episode, Sher?
and King Cole and whoa! Oh, they played Peanuts. They did Charlie Brown.
I remember that. It made me laugh. When he's just walking all depressed with the two bows and you just hear Christmas time. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Well, they've kind of made a promise. Kingpin has to ruin Christmas.
Yeah.
He's the Grinch. He's gonna steal Hawkeye's Christmas.
There's also a scene in the trailer that is yet to be in the show where Hawkeye seems to be walking down a hall, looks at something that is intimidating, says some Christmas, and runs the other way. So, what do we think that is before we go back into hopes?
I think because there's another shot that's still in the trailer that hasn't shown up yet, it's been the whole Rockefeller ice rink sequence. And like someone jumping out a window and failing. I'm imagining.
Oh yeah, didn't like Yelena say that she went to see the Rockefeller Center?
Yeah. Well, Clint has to jump out a window, theoretically, to avoid this person. So either A, that's Kingpin, and we're gonna see like the comic book thing of like he's not fat, it's all muscle, or alternatively, it could just be Yelena at the end of that hall. Although, I like to pitch this every season we do. Juggernaut. He's in the hall.
I'm the Juggernaut.
Yeah. And then I think for me, I want to see more Kingpin. Whether that's a scene of dialogue from him or a whole fight scene or something. Just more.
Oh, speaking of fight scenes, TSO. Put more TSO, please. Please. The one that sounds like Carol and the Bells. Please let that be part of a battle.
I guess I have one last request, and I've had it since the beginning of the show. I want them to use my favorite Hawkeye era, which is, my second favorite is the Putty era, and they use that, so I'm pretty pleased. But, my favorite Hawkeye arrow isn't even a big extreme one. It's not like a Pym arrow or the Barrage arrow, which I would love to see the Barrage arrow. The Barrage arrow is literally Pym Tech in one arrow, and there's a bunch of tiny arrows in that arrow. You fire it up, and a whole barrage of arrows just comes down. But friggin', it's the cryo arrow. It's an arrow that you shoot somebody and you can freeze them. It's always been my favorite, because Clint will constantly shoot people in the face with it and freeze their heads, and they just fall down. It doesn't kill them, it just freezes their heads.
Imagine if Elsa had that.
So, I guess my last question before we'll go into final thoughts and stuff, and this does go into hopes, is there anything that if you see it in the next episode, you'd go, oh, wow, 10 out of 10. Great.
Matthew Murdock.
Daredevil shows up.
Yeah. And it's Cox as Daredevil, specifically.
I think...
Regardless of anything else, the episode's a 10.
I want to know what's going to happen with Kate and her mom. Like, that's going to be very awkward.
Yeah, Swordsman is very important to me right now, because I was praising that he was, like, such a good villain. And if it turns out he's really not a villain, I'm going to be like, oh. Okay. What a great red herring you are.
Yeah. Watch. The watch is not being properly resolved.
What if that watch just ends up belonging to some random guy? Like, here
Ralph
you
Boner.
go, Doug.
Ralph Boner.
Oh, God. He's undercover.
It's such a stupid name because he's an undercover S.H.I.E.L.D. agent.
Honestly, that would save it for me. If it's literally like, here you go, Ralph Boner, or should I say Pietro Maximoff from another universe?
Hawkeye is the Shang-Chi to WandaVision's Iron Man 3.
Hell yeah. I mean, think about it. He said somebody he used to work with who's deep undercover. He briefly works with Quicksilver. Technically.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
They harken back to that in this as well. They mention something about, Clint being a weapon and just working for the people in whatever direction he's pointing to. And I'm like Loki in the first Avengers, harkening back to that.
I guess the thing that would make me go, 10 out of 10 is, one, Hawkeye somehow ends up in the classic costume with the winged head thing and the H on the forehead. Two,
yeah, the cosplay, the LARP costumes, that needs to be brought up.
Two, a badass arrow scene that is like one of the best scenes in the MCU. And finally, Clint kind of deciding that he's going to be more of like a steady character in the Avengers, and he doesn't die. If Clint dies, it's going to break my heart, but if it's a good death, I'll love it. That's how it works.
Wish you a Merry Christmas.
Predictions. Yes or no, Clint's death?
It could go either way.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm going to say no. I think he survives this, so we can see him in Echo.
I'm going to say no, but if he does die, I want it to be Kingpin that killed him. Because
Versatile.
I don't
motivate the new one.
I don't want it to be Yelena. I want it to be, we've been building up Kingpin this whole time. He kills an Avenger on his first debut.
This whole series you've been saying ends with Yelena just sniping Clint.
I never wanted it!
So now I'm just picturing your massive fridge of a man Kingpin with a sniper rifle.
No, Jack, you don't understand my mindset here. He's not going to shoot him. He's going to beat him to death with his cane. Much more civilized.
Which is so good. He has the cane. He never had the cane.
He's gonna... Why do you think he's got that cane? To beat people to death with it. Hawkeye's gonna fire an arrow
car
at him.
doors. He's used everything but a cane.
Hawkeye's gonna fire an arrow at him. The arrow's gonna bounce off. Kingpin's gonna go, I guess some of it is fat, and then beat him to death with his cane. That's my ending.
Yeah,
Right.
someone's definitely going to be on the naughty list.
By the way, last thing
Sure.
I'll say about this... Oh?
Sorry. Just Clinton gonna die? Yes or no?
Pick!
50-50. Nothing gained, nothing lost.
Just say yes or no, man.
I don't know.
You're not
I don't
allowed.
know.
You're not allowed not to know.
I just want to see what happens.
We're trying to predict it. happens. So
We're trying to ruin
will
this
it.
show by overanalyzing it and guessing things.
Yes!
Join us.
I know. This is. I don't know, because last time I did something similar to this, I wasn't very happy.
It's easy. It's easy, Sher. You say yes, or you say no. You don't even think about it. It's not even an answer. You just say a word.
Do you want him to survive?
Yeah, do you want him to live? That
Do
might be
you want to see him in more MCU stuff?
LARP.
Okay. You're nodding your head. Which means it's a no. But...
Alright, final fucking thoughts. I'm on 0 hours of sleep and I'm being coherent. I'm sassing you, Sher. You're beautiful. Final thoughts. Jack, you can go first.
Cool. Going into recording this, I was thinking I'm going to drop this down from last week back to a 7.
Mm.
But having sat and talked it out and everything, I think
27. Good number.
I think I'm giving this. The sit down with Yelena was really good as well. The opening was really good. You know, just for the opening, I'll add a 0.5, and I'm giving this an 8.5.
That's fair. 8.5.
Opening was great. Again, love anytime we go back to the snap because it's such a good pivotal moment for the MCU. Yelena was great. Kate was great in that scene as well. Clinton Grills, even Chloe's like, yeah, just watch the dog and go back to this hotel. Like, no, we can't be alone for Christmas. Everyone is so nice to this man. Stop being alone, Clint. Everyone loves you.
I love
Not
Grills.
apparently, but still.
He made Lucky dance. It was cute.
Yeah.
Alright, my final thoughts and rating. My 10 out of 10 is going to drop. I've been thinking about it this whole time. Literally during this episode, I've been going back and forth on it. I've been going back and forth on it all day. Do I give it a 10? Because on one hand, the episode was really good. And on the other hand, it was a really climactic situation between Clint and Echo. I think that was the highlight for me. Where he really reconciles a lot in that scene. And he decides, no, it doesn't matter how bad this gets. I'm not killing you unless I absolutely have to protect those I love. But I think the reason I'm ultimately going to drop a little is because I think my favorite part of the show so far has been the heartfelt scenes and the rip my fucking heart out scenes. Specifically with, Clint can't hear his kid. Clint is having dreams of his PTSD. And I really liked the scene where he was talking to dead Natasha. But I feel like we needed one more. If we had one more emotional scene where, Clint looks to Kate and says, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have taken your bow, properly gives her a hug and is like, you're a part of the team, we're partners. That probably would have been enough for me. That being said, I'm building this up as if it's going to be a giant drop. It's not. I'm at 9.5.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We're breaking 5s a lot today.
Yeah, it's a 0.5 episode, man.
Yeah.
It's good, but it can't get to the next number. It's good. It just goes a little beyond.
Well,
Sher, what are your final thoughts?
Good question. Wow, I will say I haven't seen this episode. I've only seen this episode once because I had a LARPing quest to go on to throughout the entire afternoon. So,
Tell us what you did during your LARPing quest, because in your joke of this, your joke for this is that LARP is sex stuff. So if we're
So
following
please keep it
that,
PG-13.
yeah, if we're following that idea, that means you were doing sexy stuff today. That's what you're implying. Follow the logic of your own joke and tell us what you were doing today.
I don't know.
Exactly. Final thoughts on your rating.
No, yeah, I like the very beginning, how it goes about the 2018 BTW. That's when I graduated from high school. But yeah, it was very interesting. Yelena is hilarious. I need to watch Black Widow just for Yelena.
Yeah.
I'll watch.
That is one of the only reasons to watch that movie.
I've only seen bits and pieces of it, so now that I'm out of school for at least like a month or whatever, I gotta watch Black Widow for Yelena. She's just hilarious. Yeah, I like how the Clint taking off his earpiece. That little scene that was really cute. Lucky doing a little dance. Clint and Maya fighting was pretty cool. That was cool. And then the whole emoji shock face with Kingpin, even though we already talked about that he was already going to be in it, but it still felt cool. Also, the Grinch at the end, the Grinch end credits is really good. And Peanuts. I love me some Charlie Brown.
Sorry, the Peanuts scene is still hilarious to me.
Isn't that right, Alfie? Is the peanut good?
I don't know if most people are going to see that scene as sad. I was talking to my friend Beck the other day. I love this girl. And we were talking about that video of the raccoon who's like cleaning the cotton candy and it disappears in the water and he's all sad. And she was like, that broke my heart. And meanwhile, I'm just laughing my ass off and I'm like, he thought he could have the snack, but he destroyed it. And I'm just like laughing. So yeah, sometimes I'm fucked. But Cher, do you have a number for us? This is a voice now. Number
9.
9's a fair number. 9's a good number.
Wow.
I think that actually evens out to the same as last week, right? Because
yes, it does.
Yeah, I dropped by a 0.5, but you went up by a 0.5. So it kind of evens out. So what is
perfectly balanced?
Thanos was right. The show's been telling us this whole time.
Yeah.
What is the number this week though? I can't math.
27.
27? That's fair. To be fair, look. Loki spoiled us. Because Loki was getting 10 out of 10s left, right, and center. The only show so far to get an 11. Loki spoiled us to where it seems like the show isn't doing as good. It's doing fine.
This show's doing fine, but just you talk about that. Let's get back to my notes for Loki, and it is just gibberish of me screaming. So
how did we even do the show with notes like that? I don't even know, man.
I thought there was a Fantastic Four logo at some point. What?
To be fair, at one point I was like, Loki's fine, but it's not that great. I'm going to show it to my friend, and I'll realize it's not as good as I thought it was. I rewatched it. It's number 1 on my MCU list right now. Which that list is about to change, because I'm going to add the Deadpool movies and Far From Home, No Way Home.
Mm.
I think there's 1 or 2 other... Oh, I'm going to add Hawkeye, too. I'm going to update it after the Hawkeye show. So, that'll be fun to do. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just go into my plugs. Hi, everybody. I'm plugging myself now. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a big week here. Because Spider-Man comes out this week. And I have great news. I thought it would just be me reviewing it Friday. I truly did. It won't just be me. Jack will be there too.
Woo!
So, me
Managed to get tickets.
Me and Jack will both be reviewing Spider-Man No Way Home this Friday. And also this Friday, maybe Saturday, depending on the upload schedule. Tomorrow on Twitch, Thursday, we will be streaming the brand new Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. And on YouTube, we will be uploading that sometime soon. It's going to be the first series in a while that's going to be on both YouTube and Twitch. Yes, I know I said I would do that more. I lie to you, and you have to deal with that. It's part of the relationship. Is it abusive? Probably. But that being said, we're going to do FNAF Security I almost said Beach. Welcome to Security Beach. You have Toy Freddy. That's adorable.
Oh, I'm not a huge fan of Five Nights at Freddy's.
But they're cute.
No.
I can't reach them. The rest are too high up.
No. You guys don't know, but so far in my house, this is the only room that's lit, and my dad wanted me to keep the door open, and I swear I feel like I'm being watched.
By a stuffed animal?
Ooh.
I don't know.
It's okay. He sucks at video games.
But don't worry, ladies and gents. We will have that up for you soon. Also, I have sort of decided that, like, I keep putting it off. I'm just going to be real. I don't want to rewatch Captain Marvel. But I have decided sometime next week I'm going to make myself do the review. So sometime next week we'll begin the Marvel-a-thon, I guess, where we start doing this shit. And chat, if you want to have opinions on this, you need to let us know soon. What do you want after Hawkeye? Because we keep hearing different things. I have been mentioning it on my Twitch chats. There are a good chunk of people who really seriously want us to just do Paramount Plus. They said technically we can do it.
I don't have Paramount Plus. My parents said that we can only have Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus. That's it.
I haven't even heard of Paramount Plus until this very moment. So.
I don't have it
The
either.
reason why I could not do my Nickelodeon month back in June was because of frickin' Paramount Plus.
You know, ironically, Jeremy Renner has a show that's coming out on Paramount Plus right now. It's called Mayor of Kingston. Kingstown. It's actually apparently pretty good. It's about this, like, this town that revolves around this jail, and he's the mayor, and if the jail closes, the town dies, so he has to keep this jail open. Apparently it's good. But yeah, we don't know what to do unless you tell us, and I think if we leave it into our hands, we're probably just gonna do Book of Boba Fett. So
I will be here for Encanto, by the way, so
I've heard Encanto's really good.
it's really good. The freaking We Don't Talk About Bruno song has been stuck in my head for
That's the only
3
bit I've
weeks.
seen. I love it.
3 weeks. I literally cannot get that song out of my. And I thought freaking like back when, you know, like almost 10 years ago, you know, like Let It Go and then like everything else, but freaking We Don't Talk About Bruno is so catchy. I can't wait to watch it on Christmas.
I mean, here's the thing, and I might regret this later. If somebody just says something in the comments, we might make it the next video just to accommodate.
We can give you a shout out.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just say it. If someone suggests we watch all of The World According to Jeff Goldblum, I've already seen it. I've already seen every episode. So I will gladly do, like, we'll just do Jeff Goldblum pals for a week.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually do want to say something now that I'm, you know, I guess I might as well do my plug-in or whatever.
You can plug.
Again, Sherry Sarrazin, Facebook and Twitter. I know we talked about this last week, and I wanted to give myself some time because I was so focused on finals and everything. And now that I come to made this decision, I am gonna take up Kneale's offer and maybe post some stuff.
I thought you were going to bring up that time that I said if you ever came to my town, I'd take you to a LARP thing.
Oh.
It's not a sex thing. In fact,
Right.
arguably, if you're not into nerdy stuff, it's the least sexy thing in the world.
Right.
I'm just imagining.
Okay.
I'm gonna do an edit of that scene now, just for us. In episode 2, when Hawkeye sees that sticker on the side of the van, instead it just says LARPing is not a sex thing. On a t-shirt that says LARP, it's not a sex thing.
It's just me, like, with a word bubble coming out of my mouth, saying LARPing is not a sex thing, but Cher's giving eyes of, like, ooh, scandalous, and you're just there with your mouth open, like, oh.
When I make a new Redbubble store, that's going on that because I need it on a t-shirt.
I'd buy it. You have one customer.
Yeah, but like I said, I I've kind of been been stressed out lately with school,
That's fair.
and I need something to keep my sanity, especially getting out of mental health. I just took mental health course, and that was a very interesting course. So to help with my sanity, I need to do something fun. So I actually do want, kind of, maybe do some of my own personal thoughts on certain things. I do know definitely next year, because I like planning things ahead. Definitely, because next year is the 10th anniversary of Rise of the Guardians, so I'm definitely going to be doing a personal thoughts on that, because I forgot that movie. But definitely top 10s for me, or like top 20s or whatever. But if I do top 20, it's probably going to be like split up into 2, because Lord knows how much room I have on my stuff. But
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, I mean, I already have like plenty of lists. Like, though, I'm probably gonna have to redo my top 10 Disney songs list, because I know we don't talk about Bruno's stuff. They're gonna be on there somewhere.
But yeah, I have.
Yeah, I have like Disney Channel shows, my favorite Disney movies. I haven't seen a concert yet. I know that's definitely gonna be on there. I even have the top 10 Dancing with the Stars Disney theme. Yes, I do, because I like Dancing with the Stars, and I also love Disney, and I like when I do Disney night on Dancing with the Stars.
Dude, I feel you. When I was like 15, and I was like, this is going to be my first ever top 10 list. It was top 10 favorite mutants from Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, but I mean, also I can also do like non-Disney stuff too. I don't mind. Like, I think because I was sad that I wasn't able to do Nickelodeon month back in June, maybe I could do something Nickelodeon related. I'm wearing a Nickelodeon Christmas shirt right now, so
Here's the thing. The future is a mysterious, beautiful mistress. We will encounter her when she arrives. Sure. So, chat, look forward to Cher doing shit on the channel, and I'm looking forward to it myself.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot. I'm definitely going to have to figure out what to do with editing wise and room wise. So yeah, so I made a decision because I want to not be so stressed out with less school and stuff. So I need something fun, something interesting. So yeah, definitely like personal thoughts, maybe certain, because I keep hearing about like Amphibia and Owl House.
Yes.
Amphibia and Owl House.
I have not seen those shows, so maybe I can watch like a couple episodes and maybe get my own thoughts and stuff. I know, like I said, I know I have my top 20 Disney Channel shows. I might be a little bit biased because if you guys know me, you probably already know what number 1 is.
I have not seen season 2 of either of those shows yet. Season 1 of both was excellent. Loved it.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. So yeah, like personal thoughts and top 10s and stuff. So
here's the thing, though. If I had to pick between the 3, DuckTales, Amphibia, Owl House, DuckTales. That's just me, though. I love the other 2 shows.
Oh, I've seen DuckTales. I watched DuckTales.
I need to watch the most recent season. I haven't watched it yet. I did watch the Darkwing Duck episode because, of course, I did.
We did that last year.
Yeah,
we did that last year.
We did both.
That was fun. But yeah, that's my main announcement. So, Jack, you can go do your pluggy things.
Yeah. I'm just curious because we were talking about top 10 list, what the first top 10 list I uploaded on my channel was. And I do my annual, like, 10 favorite films of X year. So I think it's probably 10 favorite films 2017 or something.
I have a friend named Pat. He is obsessed with the idea of lists. I actually reviewed Black Widow with him. Almost every stream we do a top 10 list, just casually we'll talk about one. He refuses to do top 10 celebrity butts with me. One day we'll get there. One day we'll get there.
So go ahead, Jack. Do you?
There it is. Okay, excluding my 10 favorite films of the year that I do at the end of every year. That'll be coming out soon.
Ooh.
Top 15 cry moments.
Aww.
Make me cry.
It-
Which I'll need to redo at some point.
recommendation, Jack. If you have Netflix, before you do your top 10 favorite films of the year, watch Andrew Garfield's Tick, Tick, Boom. It is
That's one of the ones I need to check out.
It is by far my favorite movie. Probably my favorite movie musical ever. Probably my favorite movie of the year.
I'm still waiting for Wicked. I hear Ariana Grande is supposed to be Glinda. That's gonna be interesting.
Well, fun fact: we reviewed Hamilton. This is Lin-Manuel Miranda's first directorial debut. Tick, Tick, Boom is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's masterpiece.
Definitely be giving it a watch.
But go ahead with your plugs.
I'm Jack of All Trades. You can find me on YouTube at Jack of All Trades. I'll be linked down below as usual. My Hero Academia. I've got 5 episodes left on season 5. So it's not going to be finished this year, but it'll be finished soon. By the time we're picking up. Going to be, hopefully in the next week or so, having my thoughts on the live-action Cowboy Bebop. Because I have thoughts. And they're not as negative as I want them to be.
I am looking forward to your thoughts because I asked my friend Elvish the other day, hey, what are your thoughts on that show? And he responded, it's not bad. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
It's not good enough for me to like it, but it's not bad enough for me to hate it. In the middle. And there are bits that I really like, and bits of it that are absolutely horrific to watch.
Madness and mediocrity. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad I made that.
It was really good, and if it doesn't get its own standalone video, it will get a significant portion of my favorite cartoons of the year, because it's great. Those videos are all on the way, scripted or recorded or being edited, some stage of production, but again, I'm just doing this around my work schedule, and my work schedule is an absolute mess at the minute, so...
I can relate. I can relate with school, so...
That's my plugs. But just before we...
Oh, yeah?
And we need a send-off for this. That's the last page of my notebook filled.
Oh, no! Wait, so... Can...
All the way through from... What was...
Wow.
Can we read a random page
from America Shield opening?
Wow.
Batroc Zilly Bear!
Wait, so that notebook, the next time you take notes, it's not going to be in that notebook.
I'll need to get a different notebook. I'll need to start keeping volumes of these things.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you got to keep it. You got to put
100%. But no, last page, our predictions for next week's episode.
You want to know a weird story this reminds me of, and it's completely true? When I was a kid, I had a friend who kept a journal, and every time they would fill up a journal, we'd have this little ceremony where we would like do a bonfire and set them on fire. And I always asked, "Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?" And one day she responded to me and said, "No one gets to know my inner thoughts but me, bitch. Fan the flames." And I just sat there and I was like, all right. Well, I guess we got to end on that. Thank you all for watching, and make that shirt happen. I want that shirt. LARPing is not a sex thing.
I know.
Do you?